want to quickly go over what I'm actually looking at today. I want to show you guys what I'm looking at for, obviously altcoins and Bitcoin. Yesterday we obviously got a nice little push down, and that was due to PPI. Obviously not positive results for crypto, but I want to speak about obviously price action in general. All right, so let's have a look at Bitcoin firstly. So this level over here, just want to mark it out for you guys so you know what it is. Basically, this is your previous day low. So we're going to put it in a little bit of a boom, right? 22. Okay, so previous day low, and think about it right now. London Open's opening at around about this minute. So I want to speak about. So this is our current 50-minute candle. But first things first, guys, this is previous day low, and one thing to note is that we did actually break structure right over here, right? We did get a breakout also on the 15-minute time frame with this trend. This is something to look at. So I am looking at potential, push back up here because we did sweep this low here. If you look at the daily time frame, we swept this low. 4-hour time frame looking like it could continue to the upside, but this is also a reversal zone, so just be careful because we did actually break this previous low over here, which is obviously not a good sign for Bitcoin, because breaking that low shows us that structurally right now we could see a reversal from this level as we are at a key level. But one thing to note for me today is I am looking at a potential move, like a break above this zone. The only reason why is because we are still holding this level right over here. Okay, so this level right over here is a really strong zone in my opinion. For Bitcoin, we have to, in order for me to look for sells there, I want to see price break this level and then look for retracement sells. But holding this previous low here is still, I'm still looking for continuation to the upside. Okay, so Bitcoin for me right now, we're looking at a potential. There's this little trend line as well on the lower time frames. Let's see if we can get a break above this level. So I do also want to point out, if we look at the volume profile, let's have a look over here. Yeah, we're currently at the value area low, right? So getting above this level here is pretty critical in my opinion. Getting above the zone, we have to in order for continuation. So I wanna see like a potential breakout here on the 5 and the 3 minute time frame, looking for potential longs. Back up to the point of control, which is around about 80,800, which is also that trend line that we obviously had yesterday. So definitely looking at a potential long today. Same thing with XRP. We did speak about XRP this morning, but it's still holding structure, guys. Obviously we did get a push yesterday, and we try to get that long for XRP, but we did end up coming down. Maybe potentially get another setup today for XRP, because if we look at the lower time frames, there is a potential trade for XRP here, but it's not just yet. One token I'm looking at is HBAR. HBAR is looking pretty good for continuation to the upside. Bit of a bull flag, setting up here. These types of patterns, you see something like this where you're trading in the zone, and then you start creating like higher highs, and then you get a breakout to the upside. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for HBAR. Potential trade here back up to 0.99959 for potential long. So the another thing to look at is obviously USDT dominance. Structurally right now it's still below this key level, which is 7.357. If you look at the 1 hour time frame, let's have a look here. 1 hour. Let's have a look at the 15 just to see how we. Yeah, nice thing is for USDT dominance is we did break this previous low over here. Yeah, we broke that, right? Making lower highs, potential retracement back down to this level for potential shorts for USDT dominance, which means that alts could potentially move. But honestly, Bitcoin, because London session just opened, like if USDT dominance is looking like this, with Bitcoin being at the level where it is, there is a potential for a bounce, guys. So definitely looking at this breakout here for continuations to upside within today. The thing is with ETH, not really interested because we are below this level here. This was the short zone. you know, a lot of tokens are forming this W pattern, put a potential breakout pattern for continuations to upside. I'm not like saying I'm bullish there, but a lot of patterns are forming a potential like you know, volume push pattern where, you know, we get a potential double bottom and we get a move to the upside. So for me right now, I'm just currently just waiting to see how we're gonna play this today, but definitely looking at longs. I'll be honest with you, definitely still looking at longs today. I'm not really short biased just yet, as you know, just looking at total 3, it's still looking pretty bullish in my opinion, on the lower time frames as well. So definitely looking at a long today. You know, Bitcoin 4-hour time frame looking pretty good, holding this level. You know, a lot of people are wanting to short these zones. The fear and greed index is also obviously not looking great. Let me have a look here, and I'll send it. Here we go. Let's have a look here. It's back to the low 30s though. Have a look over here. So yesterday was 42, neutral 47, and then you can see we are back. We did get a bounce from that low levels. Remember we were speaking about that a while ago in March, April. But you know, low 30s is showing us that the bulls are still struggling, right? And the market's not looking too good in terms of, you know, people buying in terms of spots or anything like that. But let's just go back to Bitcoin. You know, this little breakout here could be the play. Structure right now, this is holding structure, so like that's kind of why I'm still looking at longs. So we'll see what happens today, but hopefully we do get that, do get a setup. I'm not really like, in terms of longs for Bitcoin, I would want to see this obviously, because the thing is the value area low is right here, right? But a potential breakout is looming here off this level, so there's a potential for price to just continue going higher. And then with the H bar, it's pretty clean in my opinion. You just have to be patient for that. What else is there? Let's have a look. Yeah, so the TIA setup from yesterday actually played out. This short over here and then the long from the zone over here. I'm not going to look for another re-entry here just because structure is not looking good. Nvidia's done really well also, and it was due to the approval of the new processing chip from last night in China. So I mean, this stock's just absolutely bullish. It's pretty crazy. I bought some around about like 96 back in the day. Let's have a look at the uni. Let's have a look at uni. Daily time frame. One thing to note is that we're in a bullish fair value gap right now. Right over here. This is a potential bounce zone, so we know that. 1 hour time frame. Yeah, everything's kind of just looming right now. Everything's kind of at support. There's a potential for a bounce, or do we break support, right? There's like other two options. So for me right now, it's just about playing it safe and just waiting to see what we got for the day. But I'll definitely look at a potential long here for uni on the 15 on this breakout. You know, taking this low over here, creating higher lows. Definitely looking at a potential long off this level. You know, you're looking at a target of around about this zone over here, which is bang. Stop loss just below this low. Looking pretty decent. Want to see, I like this higher low structure over here for uni, so looking at a potential long with this level. We know that it's a daily fair value gap off this zone. You know, you look at the 4 hours, well, we did break structure to upside, change of character, so definitely looking at a potential long off this zone for uni, but we'll see. It's all to do with Bitcoin. Remember, you know, this is the London Open candle, so you want to, like, once we get this close, you want to mark out previous low of the 15 and then previous low, previous high of this level for potential setups. But for me right now, I'm just gonna wait to see how this 50-minute candle reacts off this level. You know, this could be the high. We don't really know just yet, but there is a potential for Bitcoin to get a breakout here. We just at a key value area low level, so I'm not really interested in looking at the longs right now. And then same thing with the H bar. Just want to wait and see if we can get a push off this level here, but definitely waiting to see if we get a breakout. Right, it's all about being patient. Uni also waiting for that setup on the 15-minute time frame to see if we get a breakout here. So yeah, overall guys, just looking at potential longs today on these couple tokens here. I want to see if we can get a push. If not, we might still get rejected. But one thing to note is that USDT dominance is definitely looking like, we might come down over here. The lower time frames, of course, change of character, retrace into that zone. So definitely looking at potential longs, just because USDT dominance is breaking down here, and this is looking like a bit of a exhaustion, double top, whatever you want to call it. So we'll see what happens. I know yesterday we were looking at longs. We stopped out on XRP a little bit early, but overall, the market is kind of still holding structure, especially altcoins. Bitcoin did get a bit of a push down, and that's also due to Bitcoin dominance did actually get a push down yesterday off that zone we spoke about. So let's see what happens. Hope everyone has a great day. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking at today. Hopefully we can get a push. Definitely looking at H bar and Uni today for potential setups. But yeah, hope everyone has a good one, and I'll see ya.